Hello and welcome to the in-depth series section of Drishti IAS. I'm Aisha Singh, and in today's episode we will be discussing about the topic of Muslim women's right to maintenance and why the Supreme Court is examining this topic. So first of all, let us understand the timeline. First we'll be looking at the news, and then what is the case with regard to Supreme Court who is examining the topic of the Muslim women's right to maintenance. Then how the law with regard to the right to maintenance of the Muslim woman or the divorced Muslim woman has evolved. Then what are the prior judicial precedents that has been taken, and in the end a means practice question. Topic is of relevance from General Studies paper 1, that is Society, and GS paper 2 also, that is Polity. So let's begin. The news talks about Supreme Court examines divorced Muslim women's right to maintenance under section 125 of the CRPC. So it is talking about that the divorced Muslim women, it means that the Muslim women who were once married but after their marriage they got separated from their husband. So the divorce took place. So when a male and the female who are married to each other, when the divorce happens and the female is not capable of earning for herself and she is dependent on someone, then there is a term which comes into the picture, and that is the right to maintenance. Because earlier the wife was dependent on the husband for her well-being, but now after the divorce and she is not earning and she is not independent, now the right to maintenance, it means that she will receive some kind of maintenance from the husband. Now this is the topic which is being examined by the Supreme Court. Now the Supreme Court is examining if a divorced Muslim woman is entitled to a claim of maintenance under section 125 of the CRPC, that is Criminal Procedure Code, against her former husband. Now it is examined by the Supreme Court that whether the divorced Muslim woman under the section 125 of the CRPC, she is entitled to get the maintenance or she is not entitled to get the maintenance. Then this again reignites the debate on whether secular laws should be given precedence over distant personal laws. Because what happens with this regard to the Muslim woman right to maintenance, now this comes into the picture as there is section 125 of CRPC, but this is also under the personal law, that is the Muslim Women Protection Act, that is of 1986. Now it is a dispute and the debate that the topic of maintenance, whether it should be done with regard to the Muslim personal law or it should be done with regard to the CRPC section 125. Because if it will be dealt under the CRPC section 125, then it will be same with regard to the irrespective of the religion, and it will be same for everyone. But if the matter will be solved with regard to the Muslim personal law, that is the Muslim Women Protection Act 1986, then it will specifically be it will specifically be in relation with the Muslim laws. So this again reignites the debate that whether secular laws, that is with regard to the CRPC, because the CRPC section 125 is irrespective of the religion, it is same for everyone and it treats everyone equally, should be given precedence over distinct personal laws, and here the personal law will be the Muslim Women Protection Act. So the dispute for which this point of divorced Muslim woman maintenance right comes into the picture is that a Muslim man has challenged a Telangana High Court direction to pay 10,000 interim maintenance to his former wife. So earlier there was a married couple, but now they are divorced. The man has challenged the Telangana High Court, who has directed him to pay 10,000 interim maintenance to his former wife. and the man has said that maintenance in this case will instead be governed by the provisions of the Muslim Women Protection of Rights on Divorce Act 1986, that is the 1986 Act. So the man has said that instead of section 125 of the CRPC, this matter will be governed by the provisions of the Muslim Women Protection of Rights on Divorce Act 1986. Now let's talk about the law evolution. I hope the point is clear. It is with regard to the section 125 of the CRPC, which also deals with the divorced Muslim woman right to maintenance, and then it also, the same topic is also dealt with the Muslim Women Protection of Rights on Divorce Act 1986. So now it is about a secular law and a personal law. Which one should it come under? Now the evolution of the law. Section 125 of the CRPC, the law governing maintenance for destitute wives, children and parents has been codified. So the law with regard to the maintenance of for destitute wives, it means that the wives who have taken divorce or whose husband has died and they are dependent on someone, they are not earning for themselves and they are not independent. And this same goes with children if they are dependent on someone, and then parents if they are dependent on someone. So for them, the law with regard to their maintenance has been codified under section 125 of the CRPC. And if this provision is neglected, so if the right to maintenance of a destitute wife, children or parent is neglected and the proof of neglect is also proved, then the matter will go to the magistrate, and the magistrate can order such a person to make a monthly allowance for the maintenance. So with regard to the right of maintenance for destitute wives, children or parents, because it is given under section 125 of the CRPC, and if it is found that the person who is responsible to give the maintenance is not giving maintenance because of the neglect, and if that is proved, then the magistrate can order the person to give a monthly allowance. And in the 1986 Act, which is religion specific law with regard to the 1986 Act is with regard to the Muslim Women Protection of Rights on Divorce Act. So it is a religion specific law because it is specifically with regard to the Muslim woman. It provides for a procedure for a Muslim woman to claim maintenance during divorce. So section 125 of the CRPC and 1986, that is Muslim Women Protection Act, it also both talk about getting the maintenance, but the procedure is different in both. And 1986 Act is a religion specific law, while CRPC Act is a secular law. Then section 3 of the 1986 Act, it talks about payment of maintenance to a divorced Muslim woman by her former husband only during the period of iddat. So the section 3 of the 1986 Act, it says that the maintenance the husband gives to the wife, it should only be during the period of iddat, and the period of iddat is considered to be a small period. It is not a very big period, like for example around 3 months you can say, and it is a period when the divorce between the husband and wife has taken place and the wife remarries. So the time between the divorce and the remarriage of the wife or the female, so that period for which the female is dependent on someone, for that period the maintenance would be given. This is what is given in the section 3 of the 1986 Act. Now with regard to the Daniel Latifi versus Union of India case, which happened in the year 2001, extending the right of a Muslim woman to get maintenance till she remarries. So see, section 3 of the 1986 Act, it was saying that the maintenance will be given only during the period of iddat. Only during the period of iddat. It means that very short period of around 3 to 4 months it will be given. But then in the Daniel Latifi versus Union of India case, that period of idat was extended, and it says that till that time the woman or the divorced wife is not remarried, till that time the maintenance needs to be given. So extending the right of a Muslim woman to get maintenance till she remarries. So till the time she is not remarried, no matter how much the time is, then till that time the maintenance needs to be given. And then Supreme Court also talked about Muslim women's right to claim maintenance under section 125 of the CRPC as long as she does not remarry. So the Supreme Court has also said that under section 125 of the CRPC, a Muslim woman can claim maintenance till the time she is not remarried. It means till the time she is not earning and she is not earning her own living and she is not remarried, till that time it is her right to take maintenance. Now the prior judicial precedent, it means the judgments which has taken place in the past, that is in the Arshia Rizvi versus State of Uttar Pradesh 2022, Razia versus State of Uttar Pradesh 2022, and Shakila Khatun versus State of Uttar Pradesh 2023. In these cases, it has been said that the right to claim maintenance under section 125 of the CRPC, even after the completion of the iddat period, as long as she does not remarry. So even in all these cases, it has been said that till the time the divorced woman is not remarried, it means till that time. See, there was a married couple earlier. Now the husband and wife has taken divorce. Wife was dependent on the husband for the day-to-day life and for her well-being. She was not earning, she was not independent. And now that the divorce has taken place, both the husband and the wife are living apart from each other. They are not living together. Now how will the woman survive? So till the time the woman does not remarry. So till the time the woman does not remarry, in that period, so no matter that period is 3 months, 6 months or 9 months or 1 year, till the time she is not remarried, she can claim maintenance from her ex-husband or the former husband. Now in the Mujib Rahman versus Taslina 2022 case, it was said that a divorced Muslim woman can seek maintenance under section 125 of the CRPC until she obtains relief under section 3 of the 1986 Act. So it has been said that there are two laws. One is secular law, that is the section 125 of the CRPC, and one is a religion specific law, that is the Muslim Women Protection or Divorce Act 1986. So under both the laws, it has been talked about that the Muslim woman has the right to claim maintenance till she remarries. So under one law it can be done. It is not that under both the laws, that is under the section 125 of the CRPC and under the Act of 1986, under both the laws or the act, the person or the person cannot claim maintenance. The person can claim maintenance only under one law, either under the secular law or the CRPC or under the 1986 Act. Under both it cannot be done. One has to choose between the two, that under which the person wants to claim the maintenance. Now in the end, a mains practice question, and you people need to do your answer writing practice, and it is a PYQ of the year 2019, and this is for 10 marks. And the question is, what are the challenges? What are the challenges to our cultural practices in the name of secularism? So you have to understand here what is the meaning of the word secularism. Then important word here is cultural practices. So to our cultural practices, what are the challenges in the name of secularism? So in the name of secularism, what are the challenges you feel that cultural practices are following? So here you need to be diverse in your thinking. You cannot just talk about one aspect. Like for example, you cannot only talk about the cultural practices of one religion. You have to also talk about the challenges, talk about secularism, talk about how can you deal with it, and in the end, a way forward. So do your answer writing practice, and that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading, keep writing, and keep subscribing to the channel. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.